A thought for Lent. We know that Lent started on Ash Wednesday, 14 February, and it lasts through Holy Thursday on March the 28th. That is 40 days, not counting Sunday. The number 40 in the Bible is an important number. So let's take a look at this significant number in the Bible. The great flood on earth lasted 40 days. Moses was on the mountain with God for 40 days as he received the Ten Commandments. The establishment of the kingdom of Israel was founded by the first three kings, Saul, David, and Solomon, and each ruled for exactly 40 years. The Israelites were in the wilderness 40 years before entering the promised land. Jesus fasted and prayed in the wilderness for 40 days. And then Jesus walked the earth for 40 days after his resurrection before returning to heaven. Think of this fact. What ties each of these 40 periods together is that each period of 40 days or years was associated with something new. Yes, a new beginning in the history of God's action on earth, or in other words, a new beginning for the people of God. God's actions were to lead his people for the purpose of establishing a new era in their lives. Yes, 40 days or 40 years to turn things around. 40 days or years to make a change. 40 days or years to have one chapter of their lives to begin and another chapter of their lives to end. So let's just take a look at what those 40 chapters or those chapters in life mean for us as Christians today. A commentary said that the purpose for Lent has always been clear: to get us spiritually ready and to use the 40 days of Lent to enable a life change by taking the time up to Easter to turn away from something that inhibits our spirituality, or to turn towards something that will allow us to honor God more deeply and to live the life God has called for us to live. God wants us to honor him, to more deeply trust in him, and to do good works in his name. There are two verses I like regarding our journey in Lent. Here they are. One is in 1 Peter 5, verse 6. So be content with who you are, and don't put on airs. God's strong hand is on you. He'll promote you at the right time. Live carefree before God. He is most careful with you. And also in 1 Peter 1, verse 5. God is keeping careful watch over us and also the future. The day is coming when you'll have it all. Life healed and whole. And Philippians 2:3 says, consider others better than yourselves. That's a good thought for Lent, isn't it? To consider others better than yourself. That is to say, that you know your place. Paul says, give each other more honor than you give yourselves. Jesus is our example. Content to be known as a carpenter, happy to be mistaken for the gardener. He served his followers by washing their feet. If Jesus is so willing to honor us, can we not do the same for others? Can we not regard others as more important than ourselves? So be quick to share good deeds. That's what love does. Yes, Jesus lets us be humble believers, so Jesus would want us to be just like him. To me, what God wants us to be is summed up in one word: expectations. We all have our hopes, plans, and wishes. Next week, I will tell you what God's expectations are for each of us, and it applies to our Lenten journey. God bless you and have a good week.